You mentioned the split between libertarian institutions, and you mean the split between the Cato and the Mises Institute. What happened? Why did this split occur? Because I think few people realize in Russia, definitely very few people realize that Rothbard actually founded both institutes, the Cato and the Mises Institute. And the reason why the Mises Institute was created is because there was some sort of conflict that made Rothbard leave the Cato. So what happened?
Yeah, it was initially Rothbard was friends with the Koch brothers, especially I think Charles Koch. And the Koch brothers are the largest privately owned company in the United States. They are mostly in the oil business. Up to this day, they belong to the 10 wealthiest people in the United States. So Charles Koch was initially enamored by the ideas that Rothbard promoted. Then they had a fallout. Well, I put it this way, Koch was, so to speak, the money giver, and Murray Rothbard was the intellectual head of the outfit. When the Cato Institute was founded, Murray Rothbard became a share owner in the Cato Institute. But then the Cato Institute decided to move from the West Coast, where they were initially located in San Francisco, to Washington, D.C., and they wanted to become politically influential, and in order to gain political influence, they thought that it would be beneficial if instead of, which was Rothbard's idea, promoting mostly Mises, that they would promote instead Friedrich Hayek, who is a far more moderate thinker. If you read, for instance, The Constitution of Liberty, which is one of Hayek's most famous books that was published in the 1960s, if you look at the third part of that book, where he discusses what would be the appropriate functions for states, there is such an extensive list of things that the state should do that a Swedish Democrat would easily be able to agree with all of it. Mises, of course, was what people called intransigent, but an extremist.